So this week I'm going to create a new repository and then I will link the repository to IntelliJ. Then after that, we're going to go through file organization, go through packages, directory, and source files. And then after that, I create, uh, we go through creating branches. After that, we do pull requests. And then I give you my collaboration ideas if possible. So yeah, let me go to my browser and go to GitHub, and then I create a new repository. So yeah, so these are the available repositories. Let me show you an example repository. So this is for programming classwork in general, but mainly a Java repository. So you can see my folders, how I've organized them. So for example, we're doing algorithms right now. So when you click on the algorithm folder, there's array structures, there's binary search, there's hash maps, there's linked lists, there's mathematical algorithms such as Fibonacci series and stuff. Then this one is just a playground. We also have an example of an algorithm, the two sum. And when you click on one of the subfolders, there's an SRC file. So inside this SRC file is an SRC folder, sorry. Inside this SRC folder is where we put our Java files. So yeah, that's how the SRC folder looks like. So we're going to do the same thing, but first we're going to create a new repository and then link it to IntelliJ. So I come here, click on new repository. Uh, Let me name this uh, group work project. I want to add a README as soon as I create my repository. So this will set main as the default branch. So we have one branch already and we have our README here. So currently there's no file and we haven't linked it anywhere. But before I continue, I'm going to open IntelliJ. So as IntelliJ loads, we are going to copy the code here. So you can see this is the outline when I open IntelliJ. Now up here you can see there's three options. There's new project, there's open, and there's clone repository. So if we were not cloning a repository, we would click on new project. But now since we are cloning it, we click here, paste the URL, and then clone our repository. So it takes a few seconds. You have to trust the project. So you can see our README automatically shows. Our README automatically shows when we clone the repository. So now there's a folder here. So in this folder is where we will put other subfolders, other sub files, and our source files. So I'm going to create a new directory. Let me name it Java classwork. So under this directory, is where we're going to put the subfolders of maybe other topics. Let's say algorithms and data structure. So another subfolder. So under classwork, we have algorithms and data structures. Well, the different types of data structures. So maybe we start with linked list. Again, I create a directory called linked lists. Now, under linked lists is when we want to start having our files and our Java files and other things of the sort. So under here is where we create another directory, but this time I'm calling it maybe linked list src. So one more thing that I'm going to do is I'm going down here to mark this folder as the sources root. And you see when I mark it as the sources root, it means that I am going to compile my Java files from this folder. So I am free now to create a Java class. So maybe let me name is class node, and then this will pop up. Just click on add, and then under node I am going to add a main function. Uh, this is our node class. So that is the class. Now you can do the same thing for uh, other directories. So you can see here we've created an algorithms and data structures folder. What if you want to create another folder, maybe for assignments? So you come here under Java classwork, click on assignments, and then under assignments we have, you can have DSA assignments. Under DSA assignments is where we can now have the sources root. Now again, since I've created the sources folder, I need to mark it as the sources root to tell the IDE that this is where we'll be compiling our files from. So Java class, creating a new Java class. I may name it node again. But now you see, when I create this class, an error occurs because we had defined another similar class in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to package this code so that I move this node to a different package so that it shows that this node class here is different from the one in the linked list src. So under assignment src, I'm going to create a new package. And then I'm going to move my node class into this package. So you can see we have dealt with the error. So it's always good to package your files. So I'm also going to put this node class here under maybe classwork package. So new package, I name it classwork, and then I move it to the classwork package. So you can see it shows that this node class here is of the package assignment, while this node class here is of the classwork package. So I'd like to add a main function and print that this is for the assignment package. So that is how you organize your files, first of all, in IntelliJ. So we have classwork, we have uh, different topics. This is algorithms and data structures, and then this is assignments. So we have created a subfolder called linked list, and we have added a sources subfolder called linked list src. And then after that, we add classwork. We add a classwork package, and that's how you package your work. So now, uh, the other thing we're going to do is now to push this work to GitHub. So to push my work to GitHub, I come to the commit, and then my message will be something like initial. This is the initial commit. So I click on commit and push. Then I push the files. And now we are going to confirm. So before I continue, note that there is a box that I have not checked. These ones are the configuration files. What we don't want to do is to upload our configuration files to GitHub. So you can see they end with .idea, .idea, and so on and so forth. So we leave these files alone because they contain configurations on how our IDE will store data. So here I've left it out. So now coming to GitHub, if I refresh my tab, you can see that there's a folder now that I've added. This is the folder now that we have created on IntelliJ, and we've pushed it to GitHub. So you can see there's algorithms and data structures, and then we have the assignments subfolder. Under the assignments subfolder, we have a linked list src file, and this is where we have our class and our files. Now after that, we are going to create a new branch from IntelliJ, add an additional folder, and then we're going to again merge that branch into our main branch. So we're going step by step. So let me open IntelliJ again. Now when I come to IntelliJ, notice here, up here we have our Git branch. This is the main. This corresponds to the main branch of the remote. So if I click down here at the bottom left, you can see we have the local machine and we have the remote machine. So at the local, we have the main branch, and at the remote, we also have the main branch. So sometimes we can make changes at the local, which is our laptop, but they have not reflected in the remote. So to do that, you have to push, or what we have just done recently. So you have to push the files. So what if we want to create another branch locally and then push it to GitHub? So we're going to do that. So I'm coming to Git here, and then I click on branches, and then I click on new branch, and then I name this group work updates. Make sure to click on the blue icon. This is for checking out. Checkout branch means now we are switching branches. Immediately I create this one. So when I create group work updates, it will make a copy of the main branch, and then we switch to working on the group work updates branch. So create. So you can see we are now under the group work updates branch. And again, in our local machine, we have a branch called group work applets. We have not yet pushed it to GitHub. So you can still see in the remote, there's no any, there's no, there's no new branch. So let's say we wanted to add something like another folder, maybe saying personal project. So we will add this folder in the group work updates branch. It will not reflect on the main branch of any of the machines, either the local or the remote. So I come here, new directory again, maybe group work projects. Under group work projects, let's say we have a directory, maybe call it electricity billing system. Under electricity billing system, maybe we can have another subfolder, probably something like tokens. So this is maybe where we could decide to put our files. So I will create another directory called maybe EBS SRC. This will be our sources root. So I come mark the directory as the sources root. After that, I want to create maybe a package called tokens. In the tokens package now is when I want to add the files, maybe something like token counter. So yeah, this is now the token counter class that I have created with a main function. So maybe to type something like this is our token counter class. So let me just run this file to make sure everything is working well. You can see it's building, it's compiling. Yeah, and it prints out the terminal. So yeah, this is our token counter class. Now, uh, we have not pushed anything to GitHub at this point. So remember, we have created a new branch. We have added files to this new branch. This means that uh, the files we have added in group work updates are not in the main branch. So again, I push. Again, make sure to leave these unversioned files alone. Just click on changes, or even to be sure, just see the file that we have created, token counter. So for my commit message, maybe I'll make this to be some group work projects and put small g. Commit, push. Now you can see we are pushing the group work updates branch to origin. Origin is the folder for our GitHub, which we are managing remotely. So you can see here it says group work updates is a new branch. So I push. So our push is successful. Just to go to GitHub and confirm. Now I will refresh this. You can see now on GitHub we have two branches. So we have the group work updates and the main branch. So again, the main branch has only the Java classwork folder. But if I go to the group work updates branch, you can see it has only it has both the group work projects and the Java classwork. So for group work projects, we have the electricity billing system. And then under electricity billing systems, we have the source file, which has the tokens package. And the tokens package has the token counter class. So uh, now that we have pushed our branch to GitHub, you can see GitHub verifies me and tells me that this branch group work updates is one commit ahead of main. This means we have added something that we have not added to main. So how are we going to update our main branch so that everything can be the same again? So now we go to pull requests. So up here there's a button and uh, the orange UI. So we'll click on this compare and pull request and maybe say added the group work projects folder. So now here I will create the pull request. I have not provided any description. So GitHub will check for the ability to merge automatically. So that should happen in a few